Despite the recent rains, the basin is still in a drought, and that has everyone trying to conserve water, including oil companies. Gina Martinez tells you how one local operation is saving millions of gallons of water each time they're on a frack job. Gina?
Crystal and Trevor, fracking for oil and natural gas uses millions of gallons of water, but Fasken Oil and Ranch right here in Midland has partnered up with a company out of Fort Worth to recycle their water. The process is not only saving them water, but it cuts back in other areas too. It's a process that's making its mark here in the Permian Basin.
We can run 18,000 barrels a day. It's pretty amazing.
But Wes Williams isn't talking about barrels of oil. Williams runs Water Rescue Services, a company that's working with Fasken Oil and Ranch to save water every time they frack.
We don't have a lot of fresh water, and so we're trying to do everything we can do to preserve it.
Here's how it works.
We run a tap off the saltwater disposal well, pipe it into our system, and then it rolls into some settling tanks, and we get all the heavy metals, all the trash, so to speak, to sink to the bottom. That's the waste that we haul off.
Here's what they start off with. This is water that would normally be thrown out and gone forever. This is the middle stage of the process. All of the heavy metals have sunk into the bottom, and after about 4.5 hours, this is the water they end up with. This is going to be sent out again to be used at another frack job.
We did our first frack job last week. We did 10 stages. We used 45,000 barrels, which is almost 2 million gallons of recycled water on a frack job.
We're down to only using 10% fresh water.
Williams estimates it could save as many as 12 million gallons a month, and that's just on this one site. But it doesn't just cut back on H2O. By using recycled water, Fasken can reduce the number of water haulers. This means less truck traffic.
It saves ton miles, which is what TxDOT looks at as far as the way the roads are torn up and tax dollars having to be spent on the roads.
The company says they can recycle about 95% of the fracking water they receive, and that's good news for Fasken.
It takes water, and we're going to get better and better at reusing the water that we're producing.
Water Rescue Services tell us it's a fairly new process, and they're hoping more companies will turn to this. In the studio, Gina Martinez, News West 9.